Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and I'm going to call the Sports Pavilion Bowling Committee meeting to order. If we can all stand, if you are able to, stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Just say that the coolest thing was when we had the pub party at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
There was 100
Wait. You have to have your microphone on first. And can I just establish a quorum?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
very excited. I have something to tell you.
And then you can tell us.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Is that, I know you're really excited.
I am.
Just like a little kid, I know. I mean, you remind me of Lewis. Okay, moving on. We do have quorum. We're missing 2 people, but we have quorum for our committee. And now I'm going to read the meeting procedures. Meeting procedure statement. The governing board and its committees conduct all of their meetings in compliance with Arizona Plan Community Association open meeting laws per ARS 33-1804 and in concert with RCSCW bylaws, policies, and standing rules. Parliamentary procedures as outlined in the most recent edition of Robert Rules of Order will also be followed in all meetings as appropriate, consistent with bylaw 3.07, procedures for owner-member meetings, and standing rule number 2 and number 3. This was adopted by the governing board on January 23rd, 2025. Okay, let's just go to the minutes. We're going to approve the minutes. I think they're all good. What do you guys say? All good? Meeting's approved. We'll file them as read. Okay, I'm going to have to give the mic to Gary.
So we had our Super Bowl party on Sunday. Oh, sorry, the big game. And it was the coolest thing. We had about 125, 130 people there. It was really busy. So when the national anthem came on, everybody in the pub stood up and sang. And it was just the coolest thing to see, that our community is just the way that it is. It was just so great. And they showed all of the military and they were all just clapping. It was just so great to see. It warms you, when you see that stuff. So thank the community. It was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had a great time, because I know that Shelley and I certainly had a great time just hosting it. It was just amazing. So
it's kind of fun to host a big party and not be on your tab.
Yeah.
And not have to clean up.
There you go. Okay, moving on. We're going to bypass our reports. We have a special guest here, Lindsay from the Pavilion Grill. We like everyone to be reminded of what the Pavilion Grill is for us here in RCSCW. So she's a busy lady, and we're going to move her first and foremost, and then we'll go back to the regular meeting. There you go, Lindsay. Take it away.
Thanks. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it. So we just wanted to keep us in front of you guys, let you know what we're doing so that you can be involved and you can participate and enjoy it along with us. So we do weekly specials. Sometimes they continue for a few weeks because they're so popular. For example, the pulled pork tacos with pineapple pico was really popular. We couldn't run that for 1 week. We had to keep it going. Most recently, we did the chicken pesto panini, another big hit. So we do weekly, and we also have kind of like a limited time special, which would be our pancake of the month, which is always a hit. This month, it is strawberries and cream crunch. Last month, we've been doing about 6 months now. This is month 7, I think, but last month was our best seller with the lemon blueberry. So stop by for that. It's delicious. Catering growth. I really want to thank you guys all for your support with catering. The clubs come to us fairly regularly. We recently added the Boomers to that list as a reoccurring group. The tennis club they came to us for a second one we're doing in April. We've had local churches, community groups. We actually have a catering tonight for the Spanish club. So if you're going to that, I will see you later tonight. Okay. Community events. We are going to be at Palm Ridge at the Quilt Show for February 21st and 22nd. We're going to have a booth. We're providing drinks and desserts. We are going to do, of course, the cinnamon roll and the lemon roll, our classics, but we're also going to be doing a couple different flavors. We're going to be doing lemon blueberry, and that one pictured is our caramel cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh, so good. That's my new favorite. We've talked about maybe a maple bacon, so stop by and see us for some special cinnamon rolls. And then same thing for the artisan fair. We'll be doing that. And then I think actually Chef Heather, she makes a really good truffle and like rosemary sage popcorn. I think we're going to have that there as well. So stop by for that because she made that for our Christmas party. And again, oh my gosh, you'll never eat any other popcorn. Online ordering is up. It's been up. It's utilized. We have people every day placing online orders, so you can place your order, swing by and pick it up. You can dine in still. You could take it to the lounge. Available at paviliongrilaz.com. And feedback. We really appreciate feedback. We love positive feedback, but we also appreciate constructive. So feel free to let any of your servers know. Let me know if I'm there. We take it, we listen to it, and we do adjust based on what we're hearing. So we're always looking to improve. So don't be nervous to reach out, like I said, with positive or constructive feedback. We appreciate it either way. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. We appreciate being here. We love being here. And yeah, stop by and say hi. Grab a bite.
Okay, well, thank you, Lindsay. I just want to also say that being a tennis member, we have had your food and it's delicious catering. So I hope that gets spread throughout the clubs because we all have events that we have, and it's easy because you're local. So,
Convenient.
Any questions for Lindsay? No? Okay, well, thank you so much. I just wanted to get you in front of the community one more time.
I'm going to go
Thanks.
cater for the Spanish Club. Bye. Yes, adios.
Okay, we're going to put my glasses on. Reports. Okay, Gary. We're at 3.01, and we are going to have a Sports Pavilion manager report from Gary, who is so excited over there.
What happened to the numbers? Oh, there they are. Obviously, January was a great month. We continue to improve from the prior years. The only thing that came down a little bit, you'll notice that we are still down a little bit on billiards. We had some shutdowns there in the summertime where we didn't have all the tables that were available for us. So we're picking up steam, and we'll probably pass that negative 11% by the end of this year. It will be a positive again. So the response to the billiard room has been really, really good. And the electricians are in today to hang the new light. So they showed up this morning and Herschel's got them in, and they are hanging the new billiard light for us to take a look at. The pool players are very excited to see a bunch of ladders and them hanging that up. So I don't know what it's going to take, but if we get some approval and it's something we want to do, we're going to look in and probably purchase the other 28 lights for the rest of the pool tables. So it's exciting, and I can't wait to get back there and see what it's going to look like. I don't know how long it'll take for the installation, but it's finally going to happen, and we're all pretty pumped up about it. So I think it's going to be great. Bowling-wise, we are busy as heck. Obviously, we're going to have the shutdown, which I'll get into later when we get to those numbers and let everybody know what's happening with the new pin setter installation and things like that. But bowling, as you can see on the report, is doing really, really well. And the numbers are strong, and we see no reason they won't continue that way. We are also going to add a couple additional leagues for our summer program to try to subsidize some more of that. We've gone up to about, I think we're going to be somewhere between 18 and 20 summer leagues because we have that much interest to bowl in the summer. Why in Arizona wouldn't you want to be in an air-conditioned bowling in the morning and bowl? So we're excited about that. We've got a couple new leagues starting, details to follow. But anybody who wants to sign up for one of our summer leagues, the summer league books are already out. And our intention right now, tentatively, is to start our leagues, June 15th would be our start dates. And the sign-up books are already there and available, and we will run 10 to 11-week sessions and then go right back into the fall with the new pin setter. So all exciting stuff.
Great. So when, I'm just trying to let our community know, if you're a new bowler to our community, you should come and see the league. If they want to play in a league, they should come and see
Yes,
Tammy.
yes, we have sign-up books for every type of bowler, social, serious, anything that they can have nine pin bowling, where 9-pin bowling is a strike, or you can bowl regular 10-pin bowling. So we have both of those available, and we have them throughout the week, day and night leagues, both available, especially in the summer. So if anybody wants to come in and sign up, see Tammy and or Pat, who is our newest hire, and she's a support to Tammy when Tammy's not there, and we will get you hooked up. We're also starting to develop some more Wii bowling programs. So people who are not physically able to throw a ball down the lane, we also have Wii bowling going on in the pub. Right now we are scheduling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday leagues. We have Tuesday and Wednesday leagues. We haven't been so good yet on Mondays, but we are going to do some open play on Monday, so people want to come in and try out for that and see if they like it. It's $1 a game for open bowling on Wii bowling, and we do it for about 3 hours, so anybody who wants to come in, they can certainly come in and try it out.
Well, so we have spring break coming up. Can a resident just bring their kids into to do that open Wii bowling?
They can.
Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
they absolutely can do that.
So again, when it's really hot out there and you're done with that pool, go have Wii bowling with your grandkids. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the report. Keep up the good work. And now we can move on to 3.02, which is the financial review. I think my favorite friend Cliff is coming to the podium, and he's going to give us the details. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Piaskowski. Good morning, everyone. I want to start off first by talking a little bit about the budget. So I'm working on the budget now. It's all I do, it feels like. But I'll be presenting next Sports Pavilion meeting. We'll be presenting the operating budget for fiscal year 26-27. So just a little plug there, and be on the lookout. We'll be presenting the overall budget to the Budget and Finance Committee next week on Tuesday. So we want to start kind of brushing up on that to prepare for the discussion at March's Sports Pavilion meeting. Okay. All right, so December year-to-date, these are December year-to-date numbers for the Sports Pavilion. We're 78,000 favorable in overall compared to budget. We're a little behind on food and beverage. We've had a bunch of closures, of course, in the Sports Pavilion due to the renovations, and then the flooring project in December kind of put a little bit of a damper on the Sports Pavilion, but even that said, we're still not sitting bad at all. We'll probably make that up in January. January numbers are looking really good for the Lizard Acres. So, but on the expense side, we're 37,000 unfavorable. Most of that is in wages and benefits. We added some staff for Lizard Acres, as well as a full-time bowling league coordinator this year because of the growth of the leagues, and the in-house leagues, and the growth of just the overall bowling in general. But with that 30, we're still 41,000 favorable to budget overall. Looking versus prior year, 80,000 favorable on the revenue side. Looking at the lineage, that's the main driver of that, with 18,000 bowling lines ahead. Looking at the league lineage of 11,500, and what I like to see is the non-league lineage, which means more of our members are bowling in the open bowling, and 6,700 increase year over year, which is really nice to see. If we look at the revenue by bowler type, overall 18% ahead League's up 12%, but again, look at member open 35%, guest open 11, promotional 51. That's all good stuff. We put a card. We budgeted a increase in our outside bowler CMP card, which is why that is up 41%. We look at expenses year over year. We're 81,000 unfavorable to expenses. Most of that, obviously, wages and benefits, which is planned for, as well as all of these were planned for. But repairs and maintenance, we spent some significant resources in the billiards area and in Lizard Acres to get ready for those remodels. Overall, right on par with last year through December. That concludes my presentation.
Okay, great. Any questions for Cliff with our finances? No? I just have one question. It's not really for you, it's really for Gary. Because you said about residents just open for open bowling, it's increased. Do we go to newcomers? Oh, you do? You had a table?
We had a big table yesterday,
Okay,
actually,
that's what I just,
Oh, yeah,
because I
we-
think a lot of people sometimes are like, I didn't know we had 30 lanes of bowling.
Yeah, I don't know if people had done it in the past, but I know the 2 years that I'm here, we definitely did that, and our displays are getting better. Our pictures are getting better, so we show open lineage, we show rates, we show Learn with the Pro, we show lots of different things, the pub, the billiard room.
Great.
And I think Lindsay had something for the Pavilion Grill yesterday. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
Okay.
She was there. So yeah, so everything that goes on in the bowling center, we were there, and Tammy and Pat do that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, so I was just asking. But I think it's really important for our community to know that we have that all there. So thank you. Okay, Cliff, I think you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to move on to, we already did Lindsay at 4.01, so we're good to go there. And now we're going to move on to the 4.02, which is pin setter installation update by Gary.
No wonder I talk a lot here. So obviously pin setters are up for install. April 28th is when the new pin setters are going to start arriving. We will start unhooking April 18th and getting the old machines out, which at this point in time have been sold. We have got already some money deposited in an account, and the gentleman who's buying them is from New Hampshire at a bowling center called Strikers East, and he is giving us $66,000 for used equipment. And so we're pretty excited about that. Beats the heck out of scrap value. So Brunswick is going to come in, and they are going to unhook the machines, and obviously they need to get a head start before the new ones get here to get the old ones out, because it will make the installation go a lot quicker if they have a head start versus the new equipment that's coming. So it sounds like around April 18th or April 19th, which is a Saturday and a Sunday, they're going to start doing unhooking and just disconnecting of the old equipment. I would have a better time frame as we have a meeting with Brunswick, their project managers, on February 24th. And they are going to give us all of the particulars about what the time frame is going to be, how long it's going to take as far as uninstall and install, how much space they're going to need, and what I can keep open and what I have to close. Our intentions here are not to close the building completely down. I can't guarantee you sitting here that that's not going to be the case. We have told everybody since we knew this was coming, the tentative schedule is to try to keep half of the bowling center open for open play. The billiard room, if we can do it, to keep that open. And if we can do something with Lizard Acres to keep that open. Our intentions and our hope is we can do that safely, because I definitely don't want any of our residents to have to walk through any construction equipment and possibly hurt themselves. So we are going to do our very best to try to set up a system where safely they can enter the building and go back and forth without having to worry about getting hurt. We will have a better idea on the 24th. We have a meeting with them at 8 a.m. So at the next sports committee meeting, probably everyone's going to ask me anyway, but we'll be able to put it out there as to exactly what's going to happen. Because it's very important to me to try to keep the place open for our residents if we can. It's been my intention all along. I just want to make sure that we can do it safely, because that's the most important thing that we can possibly do. So they will be doing, a lot of equipment is going to be arriving, and I don't exactly know when that's going to start showing up, but it's going to be 3 or 4 containers full of equipment coming that we're going to have to store. I've had a discussion with Lindsay about the Pavilion Grill. My hope is that they can also stay open and not be bothered by what we're doing in the building. But that is the access point that the equipment's going to come in and out of. It is the door that makes the most amount of sense and the one that's the easiest for them to go in and out of the building with. So we're going to try to do something along those lines, and I will have better answers for you after the meeting on the 24th. So that's kind of where we are at this particular point right now. It's exciting and it's nerve-wracking, because we want to make sure that everything goes well for our residents. That's the most important thing, but I believe that when this all gets finalized, people are really, really, really going to enjoy the new machines. They are just amazing. And cost-saving, by the way, energy saving, we hope. That's what we're told.
Great. Well, thanks for working the logistics out, because that's a whole nother issue, right? Okay, thank you very much. We have another committee member coming up. She must have forgot it was 9. Thanks, Carol, for joining us. Oh, no worries. Don't worry about it. We're all good. We haven't really missed anything. We had Lindsay here earlier, and then we went through financials, and financials are good, and everything else. So, okay, we're going to move on to 4.03, which is the BO3 and the BO5. We're going to do this kind of together. It's BO3 and BO5, 4.03 and 4.04. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of history. One of our issues when we were doing our policies was that we wanted to make sure our residents got precedence over our league bowling if it was a house league, more so than a non-resident. So we reworked it a little bit, and then I took it to the governing board, and they kind of didn't like what we did. So we're back at kind of the drawing board. So what we really did is, if you look at the BO3, that is a non-resident bowling, our policy. And in that, we had the non-resident bowling league, which, if you're a resident, you would look at BO3 because that's where our leagues are. And there was nothing in the BO5 for non-residents leagues. So we put the league information for a non-resident in with our league regular. So that 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, that all got moved to BO5. So if you can flip to BO5. Thank you. And you can see it right there. So now we have leagues, and we have house leagues under leagues. And it does say that you still need to refer to BO3, but that's because that's a non-resident bowling per se. So you still have to meet the 45 years of age. Am I right, Gary? And that's, so we're trying to just make it clearer. Correct, Gary? So any discussions, any questions? Harold, not Harold, Norman.
Question I have is you left in under 3.0 for policy BO3 and repeated it as 3.2 under 5.0, where it talks about the sports pavilion manager, along with the direction of the general manager, grant approval for non-resident bowling based on eligibility, availability of open lanes, and/or league vacancies per league rules. That's repeated almost verbatim in both sections, and one's dealing with leagues and one's dealing with non-residents. So you're saying the same thing in two different places? Or am I missing something here? Why is that repeated in both sections?
Well,
One just references any non-resident coming in the bowl, and the other one's supposed to be dealing specifically with league action, where he would determine whether this non-resident could have a space on that league or not based on their age eligibility or other factors.
so you would like to see.
Well, it used to be in 3.0, and now it's been moved over to 5.0, which is fine. But it seems like that statement talking about per league vacancies and league rules for just a non-resident bowler coming in doesn't make sense to me, being under the non-resident bowling section. It should be in the league section where it is, under your 3.2, 3.0, 3.2, under 5.0. I know that's a lot of numbers, but that's where it is.
You could really just take it in the sports pavilion manager. You could take 3.0 and just take off anything for league vacancies because it's going to be referred into in BO5. So you could take the sports pavilion manager under the direction of the general manager shall grant approval for non-resident bowling based on age eligibility and, and really that's, you could stop right there and then just scratch availability of open lanes and or league vacancies per league rules, because that's really going to be covered in BO5. There's some redundancy, which we agree is why we're trying to do this and clean it up a little bit, because when you read these things, you go to BO3, BO5, back to BO3, and a lot of the same terminology is in both of those policies. It's like it doesn't need to be in both of them, it just needs to be in the right one. So that's why we're trying to move it over into BO5. But anything that refers to leagues, as far as I'm concerned, should be under BO5, not BO3. That's my opinion.
So do we want to just tell them to scratch off availability of open lanes and or league vacancies per league rules under 3.0, BO3, and then 3.0?
That's what I think, yes.
Any comments from committee members? Good catch.
One other thing.
Go ahead.
In BO5, it refers back to BO3, and I don't think there's any reason to, because BO5 states what's going on in the league. You don't want to refer back to BO3, which is non-league stuff.
I agree.
Okay, so on BO3, we're going to scratch availability to open lanes. We're going to take that out. And then we are going to, we are okay with moving all the 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 to our BO5. And then in BO5, we're going to just scratch out refer to policy BO3 non-resident bowling, section 3.0. Anyone else? Is it cleaner now? Okay, so I'll let Karen know that because we have a meeting. Oh, hold on, we've got Cliff at the podium.
I believe you have to keep availability of open lanes in there. Maybe you could take out the league stuff in non-resident bowling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just
Age availability and
yeah.
availability of open leagues.
Yes.
And then scratch off and or
yeah.
the league vacancies.
Yes.
Okay. That's true, because we do need to say that we can do open lanes. It's so great we have all these great minds working in the same direction. Okay, so if that's good with everybody, this is on our agenda for tomorrow, but I'm gonna just tell them what we did. It should be an easy fix. They should have no problem approving it. So then we're done with policies, folks. Are we excited? We all should be doing the happy dance. Okay. Great. Now let's move on to, oh my gosh, this is 9:30 and we're already at comments. Okay, so 5.0, committee comments. We'll start with Bob Edge. Anything? Norm?
Question for Mr. Zarek. In January, you showed that the non-league bowling games were down 8.1%. Was that because a lot of people became a resident league bowler on your Saturday evenings and don't count anymore in the non-resident bowling category?
Well, on Saturdays, we added a entire squad for our charter club, where every other Saturday is now 3 o'clock and 5:30 or 6 o'clock versus that used to be open bowling times, and now it's league times. So we've lost a substantial amount of open play on our Saturdays. And then you remember a tournament that we'll have. We had tournaments on January 3rd and January 4th, which would be in these numbers, that also limited us open play-wise. We generated the revenue, but it took away from the open bowling. So there were January 3rd and January 4th, we only had lanes 1 through 6 open. Lane 7 through 30 were tied up with 2 tournaments for both of those days. So that took our open play down substantially. And now that Mr. Bauer's charter club for Sun City West, now that we've given him a 3 o'clock squad versus him starting about 5:30, we have also taken some open bowling away because we need to recondition the lanes. So for our charter clubs. So that conglomeration of stuff that has happened, that's why open bowling went down in January.
Thank you.
I just want to make sure everyone realizes when we have tournaments, you always have lane 1 through 6 open, correct? For open bowling?
We do our very best to do that,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Just want to make sure everyone knows that. Bob? Sherry? Carol?
I have a question. We had talked previously about monitoring the non-residents going into Lizard Acres. And are we waiting to see what happens with bands? Or do we have a plan going forward? And how would we monitor that?
Okay, we do kind of have a plan going forward. I spoke with Gary. Gary has got a lot of bands coming in March, and he has trivia, and he also has another thing. I just took a picture of it.
With karaoke.
Yeah. So as of now, we have not heard anything from our residents saying they can't get in. So as soon as we hear that, then we're going to maybe put a plan in motion. But until we don't hear that, and Gary has not heard it, we have not had it on any comment forms, I don't believe. Christine, have we? No. So, we're not going to open that can of worms until we have to. But our thought process is that, yes, we would make sure we would come up with a plan on how to card. We'd have to card you, Carol. Wouldn't that be fun? With your ID to see if, and then we would probably then open up after a certain amount of time for non-residents. But as of now, we don't have that problem. But that's hats off to Gary, because Gary has really done a great job in getting smaller bands, so you don't have the groupies that follow them, okay? The other thing is that it's kind of interesting is Gary made a comment, and I would have to understand that that's probably a true comment. He said when we have the smaller bands, though, the residents that come in to listen to the music and drink. When we have the larger bands, the residents or the non-residents come in to dance and not drink. So he said on Friday night his sales are exploding, and little do we know, because most people, if I go, I want to just listen to the band, right? And I'll have a beer or two. So that's kind of an observation that Gary has taken into account too.
I've been there multiple times just to see if anything is different. And there was a solo performer each time I was there. And I have to say the place was packed, but I did not see anyone, nor did I hear anyone complain that they couldn't get in. But with the solo performers, the dance floor was full the entire time he was playing. So,
And they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good performers, so,
very enjoyable.
and so, okay, Gary, you have a
I do.
comment? Okay.
So there are Friday nights when we have the occasions of running out of chairs. So people come and take chairs off the concourse and they take the bowlers' chairs. And then you run into those situations. So what we've done over the last 2 weeks is we've ordered 38 more chairs. We have 32 more chairs in the pub. We have 6 at the large community table that's right outside the door. And we've also ordered 8 more tables. So we now have increased the seating capacity to about 165 seats. So what we did is, just as an experiment, we took 3 of our community 8-foot portable tables and took 32 more of our folding chairs in just to see what the heck would happen. And we've now, so far, it seems to have taken care of the problem of people coming out and grabbing chairs off the concourse. So Greg and I have redesigned the room a little bit to maybe put the tables a little bit closer together, still ADA compliant, so we can still get wheelchairs in and through, and people who need a walker or anything have no problem getting through. So we've added 32 more chairs, and we are getting 8 more tables, which aren't here yet, but they are expected very, very soon, and we'll get those in there. And I think that also will help some of the seating problems that's going on. We did an experiment and tried it with 32 folding chairs, and it seemed to take care of, we had extra chairs actually that were not being used. So right now I have not heard any resident comments about we can't get in and things like that. So we're hopeful that we've taken care of that problem, at least right now.
That's great, because you really don't want to pull the chairs off of the bowling area, because then they get kind of upset about it. So, okay, so that's what our plan is. And Gary's watching it pretty closely, actually. So, but other than that, correct. Okay, Gary, any comments? You're doing a fantastic job. Is there anything online? I haven't asked you the whole meeting, nothing. Any comments from our audience? No. Okay, so I just wanted to let everyone know that, one, Gary's doing a great job. He has bands listed all of March, I think. It was in the e-news. You have karaoke, you also have
Trivia?
trivia, that's the other thing, right? So please, especially during the springtime here, grab your friends and come out to the pub. The other thing is I want to make sure that everyone is aware that we have a pop-up party. I don't know if anyone has attended it, the last pop-up party, but this pop-up party will be next Thursday, February 19th at Kuntz from 3:30 to 5:30, and after that they'll be showing a movie at the Blazing Saddles at the Stardust Theater. So when you come to pop-up parties, we're there for questions, answers. We have staff there, governing board there. We have an area that is a lovely area at Kuntz that clubs are available to rent, and residents are available to rent. So I think it's a good experience for us to do a pop-up party so you as a resident can see, this is what it would look like if I did something here. So that's just a FYI for you. Okay, I'm going to adjourn the meeting, but first, our next Sports Pavilion Committee meeting is March 12th, 2026, and the meeting's adjourned at 9:39. Thank you so much.